Welcome to day 3 of this week with our work with time. I've seen some amazing work that's been emailed in. Please do keep that work coming into the email, which is at year3@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Now, we've looked at Roman numerals and we've looked at the analog clock using Roman numerals, and today we're going to do some more work on converting time from the 24-hour clock to the 12-hour clock. So let's make a start on today's lesson. Right, so today's date is the 13th of May 2020. It is a Wednesday, and our LI is to convert the 12-hour time to the 24-hour time. Now, we did a bit of work on this, I think, for one lesson last week, but this is something that takes a lot of practice and a lot of work, so we're going to do some more work on this over the next few days until the end of the week. So for this lesson, you're going to need a pencil, some paper, and a ruler. So number talk. Let me move myself out of the way. And it says, what is the time? Explain using a knowledge of Roman and Arabic numbers. So what is the time on this clock? So pause the video and write down what time it is. So the time on the clock is 10 past 10. And how do I know this? It's because the minute hand, this longer hand, okay, is on the number 2, which is 5-10 minutes past. And the hour hand has just gone past the X, and X stands for number 10. So the time on this clock, using my knowledge of Arabic and Roman numbers, is 10 past 10. So well done for those of you who got that right. It's a great bit of revision from yesterday. So our key vocabulary today is AM, PM, minute, noon, hour, and time. So very similar to the vocabulary that we had last week, and most of you should be quite familiar with what those things mean because we looked at them in some detail last week. So today we'll be converting time between the 12-hour and the 24-hour clock. So as always, let's start off by just writing down what you can remember about taking the time from the 12-hour clock and a 24-hour clock. I know it seems like it was a long time ago. I've done a lot of work since then, but just try and remember what you can remember about the 12-hour clock and the 24-hour clock and converting time. Good. So what is the difference between a 12 and 24-hour clock? So when we use a 12-hour clock, we split the day up into 2 lots of 12. Remember, on the analog clock, the hour hand goes around twice. There are 2 times each day when it is 2:30, 3:05, and so on. We use AM and PM to show which one is which. 24-hour clock splits the day into 24 hours. The day starts at midnight, which is written as 0000. So once this clock loads up, which clock represents your 12-hour and 24-hour clock? So have a look at these 2 clocks and just decide which one is showing you a 12-hour clock and which one is showing you a 24-hour clock. So hopefully you would have said that this clock here is only showing you numbers 1 to 12 is the 12-hour clock, and we will need to know whether it's PM or AM, okay? And this clock here, if you can see, it's showing you numbers 1 to 12 on the outside and numbers 13 to 23 on the inside. So this is the 24-hour clock here. Good. So maybe move out the way, if I can. There, I'll make this happen. This chart here can help you convert between the 12 and 24-hour clock. So you'll see here that 12 a.m., i.e. midnight, that's the 12-hour time, or 12-hour version. This is the 24-hour clock version. 8 o'clock in the morning is 8 o'clock a.m. And if you're writing a 24-hour clock, you write 08:00. So you have to use 4 digits always when you're writing 24-hour clock. So again, as in all lessons, if you need help just to remember how to convert time, come back to this page and look at this chart to help you. So just as a quick bit of revision, convert the following. So 7:25 p.m., convert that into the 24-hour clock. 8 a.m., convert it into 24-hour clock. 0130 into the 12-hour clock and 21:45 into the 12-hour clock. So pause the video and just complete those in, and we'll go through them in a second. Right, so 7:25 p.m. I'm going to find 7 p.m. 7 p.m. here is 19. Okay, so that means that 7:25 would be 19:25. Okay, I might move this out of the way if I can, and move this up. Right, so 8 a.m. 8 a.m. is here. The 24-hour version is 08. Okay, so it would be, make this a bit smaller. It would be 0800. So what have you got that right? Now 01:30 is 1 in this. I'm going to look up here. So 01 is 1 in the morning. So that means it's 1:30. So it'd be 1:30 a.m. Okay, and 21:45. 21 in 24-hour clock is here. That's 9 p.m. The time here will be 9:45 p.m. So hopefully you got those right. If not, don't worry. There's plenty of opportunity for you to practice as the lesson goes on. So here we have a clock. I'll move myself out of the way as always. So indication here that this is AM. So what is the time here? Please write it in the 12-hour version and the 24-hour version. Off you go. The time here is a 4:45. Now, in the 12-hour version, this AM, it would be 4:45 AM. In the 12-hour version, be 04:45. Don't write AM or PM because you've got the 04, which indicates that it's 4 in the morning. So hopefully you got that right. Let's try another example. Here we go. So here's a 12-hour clock where it says it's PM. So what is the time here? Pause the video and have a go. Right, so time here is 5 minutes to 5 o'clock. So PM, it will still be 4:55 PM. And the 24-hour clock, it would be 16:55. Remember what I said to you, if you're feeling a bit stuck or you can't remember how to convert a time, then go back to that page with a chart to help you. So let's use this example. So I'm not going to tell you it's AM or PM. You should now be able to know where that information is. Pause the video and write this time down in the 12-hour version and the 24-hour version. Off you go. Okay, so it's in the morning. It says AM here. It's 40 minutes past 3. So in the morning, the 12-hour clock will be 3:40 AM. The 24-hour clock, it will be 03:40 with no need to write down AM or PM. Good. Next example. What's the time here? Right, so the time here is 25 minutes past 8 in the evening. So for a 12-hour clock, it would be 8:25 PM. A 24-hour clock, 8 is 20 hours, so it's 20:25 PM. Good. So here we have a little chart to help you with conversion. So converting AM and PM to 24-hour clocks from the first hour of the day, which is midnight, to 12:59 AM, and subtract 12 hours. So for example, 12 AM equals 00. From 1 AM to 12:59 remains the same. For example, 9 AM equals 9 o'clock, and 12:59 it equals 12:59. So in the first 12 hours, the time remains the same, and all you're really doing is adding a 0 at the front. If it's a 1-digit number, if it's a 2-digit number, it remains the same. Good. Right, okay. So now, looking at the way that we're doing things, try and convert these times, okay? So you convert these 2 times into the 24-hour clock and convert these 2 times into the 24-hour, into the 12-hour clock. Pause the video, off you go. So this one, 11:30 p.m. would be 23:30. 6 o'clock in the morning would be 06, but it stays the same, 05. 1940 is, same as 7:40 p.m. and 09:55, the 0 will give you a clue at what time of day it is 55 a.m. So hopefully you got those right. Danny Dog is back. So Danny the dog says that when converting from the 12-hour time to 24-hour time, it is not important to know whether it's AM or PM. Do you agree with Danny or do you disagree with him? And give an answer. You write it down, as so many of you do already. Please write down, I disagree with Danny because, or I agree with Danny because. What you're saying is, when you're converting the 12-hour time to 24-hour time, you don't need to know whether the 12-hour time is AM or PM. So pause the video and write your answer out. Now, it is absolutely essential that you know whether the 12-hour time is AM or PM, because then you know whether you are using the numbers 0 to 12 on the 24-hour clock or numbers 13 to 23 on the 24-hour clock. So for example, if I said, if I said it was 1:30 on the 12-hour clock, but I didn't tell you whether it's AM or PM, how do you know whether that would be 1:30 in the morning or 1:30 in the afternoon? So therefore, Danny Dog is wrong, because it's essential that we know whether it's AM or PM to be able to convert it into a 24-hour clock. And hopefully you got that right. So now the time has come for you to complete your task. And as I remind you every single day, and so many of you do this, which is amazing, don't forget to take a photograph of your work and email it to me at year3@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Now, to find your task, you need to go onto the Grange website, click onto online learning, click onto year 3, and the math task for today will be titled Math Task 13/05/2020. When you click onto that link, you'll come up with this. And so task 1, you have 2 clocks here. It says, what time is shown on the analog clocks below? Just write the times in. And here it says, draw the time on the blank analog clocks. And the time is, for this one, is 4:05, 25 to 10 for top one, and this one is 7:30. Task 2, it says, the first number line represents which clock? Second number line represents which clock? I have noticed to convert the 12-hour to 24-hour clock, you must do what? So what must you do to convert from between the times? This says, look at the digital times below. Help David to identify the ones which have been expressed correctly in the 24-hour clock. Write true or false beside them. So you need to go through these times and write true or false, depending. So if it is in the 24-hour clock, you write down true. If it's in the 12-hour clock format, you write down false. And you write down, how do you know if the clock has been expressed correctly in the 24-hour version? You need to write down a rule that helps you identify the 24-hour times. And task 4 simply asking you to match the time on the digital clock to the analog clock. So on this left-hand side, you have the digital clocks. On the right-hand side, you have the analog clocks. You can use lines to match them to each other. Go back to my smartboard here, and if you still want a challenge, which is great, then look at this. The challenge says, true or false? Dylan says that the clock is showing 2:50. Is that true or false? Look at the hands very carefully, look at the time very carefully, and tell me whether Dylan is correct or incorrect, true or false. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you tomorrow with more fun tasks on time. Take care. Bye.